All right, folks, we are here. We are here. It's Tuesday, y'all. Lonzo and Dusty rides again. It's a nice overcast day. Been kicking it all day long. Ready to do the show. We got some shit for you today, folks. Like I say every week, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. From Eve After Dark to concerts in the park. Get live and bounds with the Godfather of West Coast hip hop and my main man, Dusty Vision. We're about to bring him in right about now, folks. We're about to bring him in. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
There you go, Doc. There you go.
Man, can't complain, Lonzo. Can't complain. Before we start, I want to wish you a happy holiday season and everybody out there listening and tuning into the show every week. Thank you guys, and a happy holidays to everybody out there.
Much love to you also, Doc. Happy holidays to you. I know you're partying this weekend, right?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be on and cracking on Saturday, baby. It's going to be some old school vibes. You're going to have a good time, man. Everybody's it's going to be some good people and good vibes and all that.
The Dusty Vision Throwdown. All right, folks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, so much to talk about, dude. Let's jump right into it, man. Let's see. We might as well take a trip to the Niggaverse real quick and get that out of the way. The biggest story today that's gone viral is a video of T.I., the rapper from Atlanta, has resurfaced and is making the rounds where he admitted to telling, a.k.a. snitching, I guess what the streets would call it. Yes, the person he snitched on is his deceased cousin. Or he continues. This topic is trending in the Niggaverse, and sometime, we got to cater to the Niggaverse, Lonzo. So I would love your thoughts on that. Do you think it's okay to say that your deceased relative ended someone else's life so you don't get charged for the crime?
If you're going to put it on somebody, ain't nobody going to jail. They can't dig his ass up and put him in jail. So I guess it's okay, man. Gangsters, these new gangsters are something else. Everybody want to be a gangster till it's time to go to jail. They'll put on their dead mama, their dead homie, whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying that's necessarily the case, but if you got to toss somebody under the bus, he might as well be under the dirt. Shit, what the fuck?
I kind of agree with that, but unfortunately in the Niggaverse, there are a lot of people who are still saying that take whatever you take it to the grave. And I don't know, man. I'm the same as you. If the dude's dead, if I'm dead, anybody out there, feel free to use my name in anything you want. Kinky weird shit.
But check this out though. When people die, it get bigger anyway. Okay. Man, dudes have checked out, and their legacies have gotten so much bigger than what they were when they were alive. Okay, and it seems like once people pass on, it's like they get this state of this superheroism, and oh man, that's so and so, he did this, he did that. Well, when he was alive, you didn't give a shit about it. But now that he's gone, you can tell these stories to make yourself look big by how well you know somebody or what somebody did. It's all Niggaverse shit.
Yep. And would you agree that if most people, including very famous rappers who talk about this no snitching, if they're faced with football numbers, would you say that they're most likely they're talking screw the street code?
They going home, dude. They going home. We know rappers. We know about situations that have gone down, and that the main man paid people to take the beat for him. We all know the stories. Okay. I'm not gonna get on here and start dropping no lugs on nobody. But we know that people, especially back east, have had people go sit down because they were the one doing the shit, but they realized, oh, I can't go to jail. Too many people gonna suffer. Hey man, ride this beat for me. And cats will do it for the right amount of money. And I don't understand it. I ain't going no, and I'm not doing your shit for you, but this happens all the time, man. There ain't nothing new. There ain't nothing new, Doc.
Yeah. And it's crazy because a lot of people have been calling T.I. out for years. I don't know if you remember, but he went to jail maybe 10, 11, something-ish years ago.
Machine guns, right?
Back in the day. Exactly. He was caught with about 11 automatic weapons and a bunch of silencers and things like that. And he got 1 year. And people are saying that for one silencer alone in most states, that's a 10-year minimum. So they were saying that, hey, that's a little fishy. And just because it's not on paperwork doesn't mean he may not be pointing people in the right direction.
Right. You never know. When somebody do you a favor like that, you in their debt. You call it what you want. You in their debt. Okay. Well, they want to know something. They know who to call. Okay, you can't even say nothing because they probably got this shit hanging over his head. All right, we'll find some more of them silencers on your ass. Okay, so man, come on, dude. When you playing them gangster games, you playing against you in two different worlds. You in the niggaverse, the gangster world, aka the niggaverse, and also the regular world, the real world. Okay, where the laws and shit are king. So everything you think is real on this side don't mean nothing on that side. All that smoking and taking fools out, that's called murder. That's called attempted murder. That's called 25 to life, 15 to life. So, it all sounds dope. Which, nigga, I'll do this, I'll do that. Let the wrong people find out what you did and see how fast you try to become a good citizen. I done seen it happen too many times. All these folks go to jail. They get to pray. They become Christians in court. Oh, my God, the Lord saved my life. But meanwhile, while they was outside, they was all banged out. And if they beat the case, they go back to banging again. Hey, man, it's just the way the game goes.
Game. We talk about the game a lot, man. Let's move on, but we're gonna kind of stay in the niggaverse. I sent you this meme or clip or screenshot last week. Jada, who is one of Lil Baby's baby mamas, from what I understand, Lil Baby the rapper, says that she only dates hood guys. She said, and I quote, "I only F with hood niggas. I don't want nothing that's not hood. You gotta carry a gun." End quote.
That bitch trying to go to jail. She trying to go to jail and get shot at damn self. You know what, man? This is what happens in the niggaverse, man. The most illegal shit becomes the most common shit, and then they say people are plotting against them when they get caught up. But these are games that only played in the niggaverse. And she thinks, I've known chicks like that before. Oh, man, I only mess with hood dudes. Okay, that's why you got that black guy, bitch. That's why you got that. That's why you got a baby. You ain't seen a daddy in God knows how long. He ain't got no. He can't get no child support because he ain't got no job. He's working under the table or whatever the case may be. And you better not turn him in. Okay. So now, man, dude, this is when you get lost in the niggaverse, man. When you get lost in that shit, you don't know. That's all you know is street shit, and you think this shit is your life, and she'll wake up when she's grown or matured, I should say, and realize that was the stupidest statement you could ever made.
Yep. Charles made a good point. He said even MC Light wanted a roughneck.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Look at her now. Look at her now. Okay, she didn't got a little work done. Oh, she's a whole different person. She's doing all these voiceovers. She don't want no roughneck. Didn't she marry a white dude anyway?
She sure did, sir.
Did she marry a white dude? How rough is that motherfucker? How rough is his ass, okay? And this is the part that so many people get caught up in. They try to live up to the lyrics of other people's lives or other artists' lyrics, and then they try to set a tone that they don't even abide by themselves. Okay, they don't even live that lifestyle themselves. They figure you want to buy it, I'm gonna sell it to you, and if you think it's real, it's on you. But it ain't what I do. Okay, I'm just doing it because you like it. It's like somebody that's a health nut that sells you a gang of sugar and shit. They health nuts, but you want to buy this sugar, I'm gonna take the sugar. And that's basically the same thing. You got health nuts that have bakeries and shit, tell you shit full of sugar, full of high fructose corn syrup. They ain't gonna eat. They won't eat their own shit. They'll sell it to your ass though.
Thank you, Isaiah, for correcting us. Isaiah, we got her confused with Eve. Eve is the one that married a white dude. That's
my bad.
Yeah. So it's all good. She did marry her brother, but still, yeah.
All right, much love. I thought we had one. Okay.
Nah, it's all good, and we like to correct ourselves on here. But Jada's saying this, man. I don't know this woman from a hole in the wall or whatever, but I could bet that she doesn't have a father in her life, or he wasn't there around when she was.
Well, you know what? It also depends on where she's from too, man. Because some people feel in certain areas they have to be strapped at all times. They run in these circles where a gun is like putting on your damn shoes. You better have some to protect your ass. Some people live like that, man. Some people feel that is necessary. I never needed to carry. I carried the gun at the club. I never needed to go. If I got to go where I got to take my gun, I ain't going. It ain't that serious. It's not that serious. If I feel like I got to take my gun when I leave the house, I'm not going. And if I got to take my gun, I'm about to crash out. Okay, they call it about to crash out. But I got it for a reason. All right.
Yep.
Dude,
nah. All right, man. We got so much to talk about, Lonzo. Let's keep it pushing. Let's be careful how we discuss this next topic. But Kanye West went on Alex Jones's show and showed support to someone who I think we could all agree with was a very bad person from Germany who did some very bad things to a specific group of people.
Right.
So we all know who we're talking about. We got to be careful with YouTube. We got to dance around it, kind of. But what are your thoughts on Kanye West's latest shenanigans, and what do you think his end game is, if he even has one?
I don't know, man. People call him brilliant. I think he's office mad to a certain degree. I think he has some points, but I also think he does a lot of shit to keep the media talking about it. He loves this media attention, man. He loves it. You can see he can't wait to do something to get the attention of the media, whether we're going to Alex Jones show, wearing an all black mask and gloves. We know who the fuck you are. Why you got all that shit? You see him doing all kind of weird shit. He's just a dude that loves the attention, and I think that he says a lot of things out of spite. He's mad. He's hurt because he told him that he can say certain things and they wouldn't cancel him. They proved his ass to be a lie, and he's embarrassed. Dude, he's all those things, man. He's all those things. He's embarrassed. He's a attention whore. He's off his meds, and he just loves to be able to, he loves to be able to speak into the public. He had, like my man said, he's had a couple of valid points, but for the most part, if he's trying to get back into the game, he ain't trying. This ain't the way to do it.
Yeah, I think everybody has valid points, but Kanye's been tripping lately. Let's keep it.
Yeah, he has. He says a lot of stuff to piss people off on purpose. And if that's what you're trying to do, that's what you're trying to do. Meanwhile, go and cut Kim them check for $200,000 a month for them babies.
Yeah,
$100,000 a month every 30 days, $200,000.
Oh, thank you, OG Steve. Good looking out, OG Steve. Salute.
What's up, Steve? Every 30 days, $200,000. That's like 50 grand a week.
Oh.
That's 50 grand. Damn. What the fuck do your kid need for 50 grand a week? Okay. And he still got to pay half of the education. At $200,000 a month, that's $2.4 million. What was it? 200?
1.2. Wait, 2. I don't know. I'll look it up. Keep going. We always fuck up on our math.
10 times 200,000 is $2 million right there. So that's $2.4 million a year.
Yeah.
Okay. And the babies is young. Okay. They young, and she got money. I'm trying to figure out. Man, that's ridiculous, dude. And he only got like 20% time or 30% time with the kids, something like that. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw enough of it to know. Damn, they went up his ass.
Man, that hurt.
Is he still a billionaire? No, they broke him down to a mere multi-millionaire. Okay, yep. He went from Jeff Bezos to Jed Clampett.
Overnight.
See, that's when you're playing the game of value versus actual cash money. His company was valued at $1 billion, okay, based on contracts and projections, whatever the case may be. When he never got the $1 billion check though, he only had about $400 million cash, and that still ain't nothing to sneeze at. But $600 million is gone, based on his deals getting canceled, and the IRS allegedly froze his money. So that's another bad news situation. Are they going to tax him on $600 billion that he didn't get, or is that $600 billion that he didn't get? Is that a tax deduction? I don't know, man. It's way beyond my pay grade. Way beyond my pay grade.
Man,
okay?
Oh man. Whew. Yeah, man. Before we move on, shout out to everybody in the chat room. Please hit that like button. And if this is your first time, welcome to the show. You are tuned in to Not Without Alonzo with Alonzo Williams, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. If you don't know the name, do your Googles and go down that rabbit hole. Please hit that like button because it helps out the algorithm and it helps YouTube know that we are here. Let's move on, Lonzo. Something that we've talked about a lot, but an OG rapper put a stamp on it, and I would like your thoughts on his comments. A popular rapper from No Limit Records, he goes by Mac, one of the lyrical dudes on No Limit Records back in the day. He says, quote, "Someone is benefiting off of death culture and young men are getting lured into it." I thought that quote was very powerful. Talk to me about your thoughts when you hear something like that.
Well, understand, I sent you a link earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it or not. I sent you a link earlier. Dude breaks down the record business. Any business that's invest into an individual or a group, they have the right to insure you, okay, based on the value of what they see your contract is worth. They're giving you possible, if you're worth $10 million, they have the right to insure you. Technically, if I had the money and we were bigger, I could insure you, Dusty. It's called a key man clause, okay? If you are a key person in a corporation or an entity, I can insure your life, okay? That way, if something happens to you, this show won't fall apart, or I'll just go get some money and I hire somebody else to train somebody else, or just, hey, go kick back at the benefit of Dusty's demise. And I wouldn't put it past. I'm not saying that's the case, but I wouldn't put it past it if these folks have done and figured this out and realized, you know what, these cats have a high probability of not fulfilling their contractual agreements and getting shot. So let me protect myself. And it's not a bad business move. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm not saying it's cruel. It's just business to protect your investment. And unfortunately, these guys play a game and live a lifestyle that, they make an insurance company scratch the back of their heads if they want to keep fucking with them or not. Okay. And that's from 100. That's just 100. These cats is cashing insurance policies in left and right. Okay. And, it is what it is. I don't know what kind of money they would have on these guys, but nonetheless, like I said, if you was a smart company, you would have a policy on this person to make sure if something happened to him that they would you still would be able to survive, or you wouldn't be hurt financially from their loss.
Yeah. Let's let me play a little clip of that link that you actually sent me, where this former record executive speaks the truth about the rap.
Seeing that a rapper from Migos died, I just wanted to go ahead and make a video about something I have a unique experience in. So I directed a bunch of rappers, people like Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty, the list goes on and on and on, okay? I learned a lot of things, and I have left the industry largely over my political beliefs, but there is something I want to impart to people to hopefully, make some sort of change happen. So I have a challenge to rappers, and I know some of you still follow me. I know a bunch of the celebrity blogs still follow me from trying to get news from music videos and things like that. So here's the truth. The truth is this: a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex.
Stop it right there. This is a white cat, and he is saying a lot. Talk to me, Lonzo.
Dude, he's absolutely correct. I follow TMZ and all the other celebrity news feeds, and most of the time, record executives die in the 80s and 90s from natural causes. Okay, you don't hear about record executives dying from, well, for lack of a better word, lead poisoning. It don't happen. It only happens to us. You don't hear about no R&B, no country and western. You don't hear none of that shit. Okay, we're the only ones that find it necessary to end each other on a regular basis on our way up the ladder. We don't get to the top of the ladder yet. And then they say, oh, white people kill white people, Latinos kill Latinos. No. We're the only ones do it to a funky ass beat, and then we want to blame somebody else for the shit. Yes, we have some long-term effects from our upbringing, but after a while, shit should be obvious. And when things are obvious, you got to make a change. And like Homeboy said, can't nobody change this but us. Nobody can change this but us. Nobody made us do this. They said, well, look, it sounds better like this right here. They'll make the suggestions, and then you have to make the decisions, okay? If you want to go down that road, go down that road and take a chance on being the latest a hashtag, that's on you, okay? But again, I think it was the same guy was talking about how people, the brother who was the host of the show was saying that brothers are so enamored with the whole idea of being a celebrity, they'll take that chance. They don't care. They'll like they said, they'll crash out just to be a celebrity. Okay, just to hit a roar in the crowd and people calling their name. And most of the time, it's short term, it's short lived. Nobody, because you don't put no time into it. And then as your time starts as your light starts to dim, you start to find other ways to try and stay relevant. You start doing antics because your music it sucks. When you first come out, the tattoos, the braids, your style, all that shit is new and fresh. People will gravitate toward it for a while. Then here come 20 other cats doing the same shit, and you ain't the man no more. You ain't the man no more. So all of a sudden, people, your limelight is no longer shining, and you have to find some way to stay relevant. So you start doing celebrity boxing, or start beating up on your girlfriend, or start picking fights with other artists, trying to stay relevant. And this is how the hip hop game goes. But it's only hip hop that has to do that. Nobody wants to go back to the studio and reinvent themselves to come back and to maintain their status. It makes no goddamn sense.
Dropping some game. Let's continue a little bit of this. I like this. Former record label exec speaks truth about the rap game. And I'll just play it in clips so YouTube doesn't give us any strikes.
Period. The industry is obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours, and they're paying you handsomely to do it. The reality is, I know a lot of you. A lot of you are good people. You're family guys. You're not the image that you put out there to the world. Why? Why don't you be the example? Stand up. I challenge you. Be the example. Make music about the culture you want to see. Don't just get online today and talk about how, whenever a rapper makes
music about the culture you want to see. That is a dope ass bar right there. And he just dropped it.
I totally agree with him, Doc. You need to be the person you want to see. You can't keep, and I've been saying this forever, dude. When Biggie died, when Tupac got killed back in the 90s, everybody was on the radios, various radio stations. Oh man, we should stop all the violence. Until you get to the goddamn studio, go right back to the same bullshit. Okay. Oh man, we should do. We're making all these songs, same gang. What's the other one? Self-destruction. Self-destruction. We made all these songs, and shit got worse. Okay. And this is what we're dealing with, because somebody told us, well, maybe because the companies don't market the good shit as hard as they push the negative shit. That's the problem when you don't control your own destiny. You don't get the same push that you get if you're spending your own money. You can push what you want to push, but somebody else wants to push. They're gonna push what they want. They want you to see what they want you to put out there. And it's just sad that this is some of the realest shit you're gonna hear this year. If you want to see it, you got to be it. Simple as that. If you want to see it, you got to be it. Okay.
Yep. Dropping some game, grown ass man enlightenment right there. Let's continue, kind of keep it on the same. It seems like people are starting to wake up, and I'm glad the older cats are starting to speak up more. Wiz Khalifa, who's been in the game, 15, probably going on 20 years now. I would consider him an OG in the game. Wiz Khalifa said he stopped wearing jewelry for his safety. He said, you grow out of that shit and you place value in other things at certain points. It's cool to have the little joint too. You don't have to have the biggest, craziest situation going on, meaning chains and all that. And with all these murders and shit going on, it's inviting energy that you don't really need.
Dusty, you talking to a cat that did it all. I had all the chains. I got teased one time. Nigga got a Mr. T starter kit. All these cats walk around. He look like Mr. T from 1970 something. Here it is, 2023, and they still wearing Mr. T starter kits. Only this shit is even more. It's worse than what Mr. T had. And nowadays, when Mr. T had it, it was we know it was for show. And he played a role, blah blah blah. And a lot of that shit wasn't even real. They'll tell you that. A lot of that shit wasn't even real. He wore, but he just did it because that was something he did back in the day. Everybody trying to imitate him, and now you're drawing an energy that is so demonic. And I tell women the same thing. I tell men the same thing. When you cast that net for attention, when it's like being a fisherman. You throw your net out to the ocean for attention. When you pull that net back into the boat, you don't know what's going to be. It's going to be some starfish, some mermaids, some tunas, some octopus, some crabs, some tires, some toilets. All kind of shit going to be out there. So when you're out there trying to get attention, you're not only getting attention to the people that you want, you get attention to people that you don't want. And that's what a lot of people understand. I tell girls all the time, you put your titties out there, you're going to get a bunch of suckers. That's for damn sure. All right? There's two things people going to be attracted to. Sex and money. Sex and money. I had a girl tell me, I got all kind of guys want to get at me. Yeah, baby, because you got a vagina. That's why. Shit. Them shits is the standard equipment with every female. Okay? So if you got some money or a vagina, you can always give it away. All right? Simple as that. It's just very simple. So you ain't doing that. Somebody hit on your ass. They're not doing you no favor. They just doing what they do. If you was passing out money, somebody gonna take it from you. Same thing. Money and sex can be sold and give away.
Always. Probably the oldest profession is probably prostitute, right?
Always. Yes, sir. That's why they call it the oldest profession in the book. Okay.
Yeah, there it is, man. And from what I understand, the VHS and the home VCR and the Betamax and all that would have never survived if it wasn't for pornography. Because you got a chance, from sitting in a theater with 18 dudes, doing your issue. Now you get to do it in your own, you know what I'm saying? So they were selling tapes for like $99 and motherfuckers were selling out.
Real talk. I was at the Miracle Theater in Inglewood about 2 weeks ago. A buddy of mine had a little show up there. I went to go check him out. And I remember when the Miracle Theater was the Pussycat Theater, Doc, for real, okay? And I went there, me and my girl went there to go hang out one day. It was the weirdest shit in the world, Doc. It was because them trench coat dude, for real, they be there, okay? The trench coat brothers, oh man, I had to get her up out of there, dude. We was out there, we was halfway high, having a good time, and went to the goddamn Pussycat Theater just to see what it was like. And man, I had to get her up out of there, dude. I felt sorry. I felt danger for her because a woman in this mother, like, oh shit, I'd have got my ass beaten. She'd have got stolen. But yeah, Doc, I remember specifically when the only time you can go to see some X-rated shit without you had to go pay. You had to go downtown. It was $1. You all day long. We did it. Me and my boys did it. We did school and go do the shit. And when the VCR came out, they just brought the shit to the house, Doc. And like you said, the videos were high as hell, $100. A regular video was like $59. The first video I ever rented was Superman. And back in 1980 something, the first Superman when Christopher Reeve was Superman. And the machine I had ate the motherfucker up. And I had to go and buy I had to go pay for that damn thing. It cost me $60-some plus tax.
Damn, in 1980 something.
1980
like $400 now or something.
Yes, sir. The first video I ever bought, the machine ate it up. I got a machine on the street. Machine ate it up. I had to buy it. Cost me $60-some to replace it. That's no bullshit.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. Hey, I was actually watching some erotic videos for the show, for strictly for research purposes, and I was watching 70s, you know what I'm saying, retro style, right? And for research, and I just noticed how much more beautiful the women were back then. Like now you look at women and like they got all this crazy work done, they got these fake booties. Man, back in the 70s and before the 80s, before they started getting all the big boobs, they had the not. You know what I'm saying? They look so natural. I wish women would stop thinking that beauty is shit that you got to inject and stuff like that, man.
Well, a lot of people have bought into the notion that you have to have certain elements, and no matter how you look, if you got these elements, you fine. And in some cats' book, you might work. I mean, I've seen situations, girls. I wish, man, we talking about this the other day. Just the other day, chick got on eyelashes look like paintbrushes. Okay, you goddamn well your eyelashes ain't that. If it's something that's within reason, to tell me that your hair is past your back of your knees, you know you full of shit. Okay, you know your hair ain't green. You know your hair. You know your titties ain't that big, babe. You know, then you want a real man. Okay, then you want a real man, and that right there is just an oxymoron that I just can't. An oxymoronic situation I just can't deal with. You want all this fake shit, but you want a real man to take care of you. No, you need a goddamn body and fender repair man to keep your ass together, because between the hair, the eyes, the eyelashes, the boobs, the fake nails, shit, man, that's some expensive ass maintenance. That's some high maintenance shit. For real.
Yeah. If you got to take more than an hour to get ready, ladies, you're probably ugly. You know, no offense.
I was watching the video the other day, and the sister, she just started off, she was not that attractive, but she got through doing her body and fender work, she was fine in the sun, man.
I see that all the time. Oh, yeah.
Be careful. You better make her wash her face. Wash her face. Wash her face.
See how she transforms.
Right. See how she transforms. Who was you? Oh, hey, baby. No, I ain't. What other chick I had? Didn't pull the hat off. Be like, oh boy, and I'm gonna get you sucker. Might as well screw the couch.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yes, women. So yes, I know there aren't too many women listening out there, to our show, but if you are listening, just know, and we've said this before, Lonzo and I, no man has ever said, you know what, she would be so much more hotter if her eyelashes were bigger. You don't.
Right.
Women have to do that for other women, right? Like they do all that for other women. They don't get that.
Women
they don't get too damn.
Women are the most competitive creatures in the world. We're competitive when it comes to material shit. When it comes to physical appearance, women are much more competitive than us. If we see a brother that's buff, it's a buff motherfucker. I ain't gonna fight that nigga right there. That's all we gonna do. We ain't gonna try to outshine him. Or what we gonna do? Run to the gym and go run to the gym and come back to the club? No, that ain't gonna happen. I've seen it at the club too many times, man. I've seen women walking to the club and girls be in the club. Because understand this, folks. I ran a male exotic club for years, which means my clientele were all females. And I've seen women get into an argument for nothing because the chick came into the room and she was super tight, had her shit together, and the other broad just got mad because she just took all the attention out the room. It happened to me personally. One of my girls got mad at me because another girl was working for me, had a fishnet bodysuit on, and my girl because she was beautiful. And when she come to the club, always all eyes on her. She'd come to me and give me a kiss. Oh, that's Lonzo's woman. I'd always be grinning and shit. Well, this one day, my other friend, she was working the floor for me, had on this bodysuit, and she had a fantastic body. Wasn't nobody paying my girl no attention. And boy, my girl got pissed to no end. She got pissed to no end that I was nobody paid her any attention. And she's like, who is that B? I'm like, hey, why she gotta be all that? She helping me out. And she found out I knew the girl's name. Oh man, she stole on me. Payal. You and your bitches. I said, oh shit. I almost caught a case that night, man. I was that far from the case. She stole on me, dude. Because I knew the broad. Okay. And dude, it was not nice. And I had to, that was the last night that night we broke up. Okay. I can't go into more details right now, but I've seen the fact that somebody else stole my attention turn into a major situation. That's no bullshit.
That
on a few occasions.
Crazy. Wow.
We don't care if your we
yeah.
don't care about your shoes red. We don't care about the bottom of your shoes being red. We don't give a damn. Oprah does.
Nope.
We could give a damn. Okay, long as the bottom of your feet ain't red, we all right. Okay. We don't give a damn. Okay, yeah, that shit look good. It look good on you, but it's gonna look better on the side of the bed. Anyway, what you got, Dusty?
If it was up to me, my woman will walk around in a t-shirt and flip-flops all day. I don't give a damn about any of that other shit. That's all I need, baby.
You know, and when we go out, if you got on the if she has
sundress,
huh? Come on, man. I'm done. What you need, baby? What you need? I'm finna go to sucker mode.
Real talk. All right, let's keep it moving. Actually going back to porn. Hey Lonzo, did Yella break you off for using your crib to film porn? Chris Sachs wanted to know.
Oh yeah. Me and Yella have a great business relationship. Yeah, we had a great business relationship back then. He come out here, and the first thing he did, broke me off. I'd go sit in the house or come back in and watch for a while. And we still kicking today. Yes, sir.
So I'm picturing just naked chicks everywhere, just walking. What was the porn? I've never been on a porn set, so talk to me. What's a porn set like?
It was just really crazy, man. Because porn chicks and strippers are some of the most. They're fun to hang out with because they don't have the same inhibitions that other girls have. You know, you can say stuff to them that you can at any other girl you get cussed out at, and they'll joke with you. They'll take it and run. Take the
you
joke
can literally say,
"B,
shut the f up." You can tell them, and yeah.
You know, maybe not so much like that. You know, I when I had the strip club, I ran the strip club too. I ran the strip club. A buddy of mine was downstairs, and he says, "Man, how do you do this?" I said, "Man, this ain't nothing. Watch this, baby. Show him what you're working with." She pulled her pants down. She told him to slap it. Can I go ahead? Okay, but no, your woman. If your woman did that, you're gonna dump her. Okay,
exactly. You don't want your woman doing that. You have this woman's Instagram by any chance? The one who did that?
But girls like that, they know if he slap it and she might have just made a customer. Okay, she might have a new customer. All right, so for her it's advertising. You know, so if you talk about titties, she pop out a titty. Oh shit! And you know, the average cat, he don't know how to act. He start buying drinks, think he got something coming. You ain't got nothing coming. Nothing. Okay, but they damn sure make you feel like you do, and that's their job is to make you feel like you got more coming than what you really do.
Let's before we move on, I want to go back to jewelry real quick. I want to know where Lonzo got his jewelry from back in the day, and what was like a piece that you were probably most proudest of back in the day.
Man, I had my shit. All my jewelry is custom made. I had to make this swap meet. I didn't go to Jake. I didn't go to nobody else. For years, I would just buy rings and bracelets and stuff. And I had the club. I go downtown LA because downtown LA used to be the jewelry mart. I go down to the jewelry mart. I buy me a ring I like. I buy me a bracelet I like. And then I had a bunch of small pieces. And then one day I wanted to get my first star made, the first Wrecking Crew star. So I went down. I had my boys draw the star up. I took it down to the jeweler. They cast me a star, and I started wearing the star. Then after that, I had Missing Link. I had some more jewelry. I had my little Missing Link guy, and then I had him cast that. Then I had him cast this piece right here a few years ago. Okay, this here's this is just something that I wear. Nobody else got this but me, and it's all solid gold. This thing is solid gold. And some of the diamonds may be real, some of them may not be. I don't know for sure. But that's just my shit, man. You know, I never really. This is probably my favorite. This right here has got me more attention than anything. And people read it because it's not really super blinged out, but people because there's something on there to read. What is Hip Hop Hall of Fame? I got you. Okay. If you ask me that, we finna start talking, and that's usually. What that's usually an entry to a conversation. You know, oh, you are, bam, I got a speaking engagement or might sell a book or whatever the case may be. So it is what it is. So if you're gonna have something like that, let it be something for marketing, not just something that just somebody to wear. This is my shit. Nobody wants this right here. If you ain't in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, what's it gonna do you? It ain't no diamond. It ain't but a couple of diamonds in it. Everybody know whose it is. It is what I still have all my pieces too, Doc. I have my original star with Lonzo that's on my first album cover, and I have my Missing Link, my little Missing Link logo with a little man with a bomb. The little flame part broke off, but everything else I still have all that stuff. I just don't, I'm just that kind of guy. I don't. I kind of hold on to shit.
What inspired the star logo? Because I'm not even giving these people much attention, but I've heard maybe 2 or 3 people in comments say that it's similar to what, like a Illuminati, something or other. Have you read that, right?
Oh yeah. They tried to say that she's a thug. They said it was a Jewish star. First of all, my star is a 5-star, and it's a muscle-bound star. Okay, and it stands for superstar. That's what it stands for. That was my logo from Disco Construction. That logo got to be 40 years old. That was my first logo from Disco Construction because I was Disco Lonzo, superstar DJ. So I had my buddy, and if you saw my first logo, you can see the definition in all the arms and stuff for the cat. The star had money, so it had muscles, and had the light on top of it, the whole 9 yards. After a while, it just kind of morphed to where it is right now. And it's still my logo for all 2 of my companies right to this day. It's same basic logo. It's just that one is for my company, the Lick, and other for a world-class wrecking crew, or world-class wrecking crew, in the Lick.
All right, so you promise you're not going to secret society meetings dressed up like an owl, praying to a magic falcon that comes and drops magic eggs all over the country, and sure, making frogs gay and all that. You ain't doing none of that.
No. I did study masonry for a while, just back in the day. I haven't done that in years. My daddy was a mason, and people look at masons as initially it's like a fraternity, And my dad, as a mason, he got himself out of a lot of shit being a mason, and I got myself out of some shit being a mason. Okay,
I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know what a true mason is. Can you explain to people who are like me, who are afraid to ask, like, what a mason is?
A mason is it's like a fraternity. It's like a alpha, omega, kappa, whatever the case may be. But it's not attached to a school. Now, some people have it attached to some other heavyweight stuff, and I never got that deep into it. I'm only a 3rd degree, so I didn't get into the depth of it, because they tell you as you get deeper into it, they talk about some of the things that you learn, that the knowledge that comes along with being a 33rd degree Mason. I'm not a 33rd degree Mason. I'm only a 3rd degree Mason. And I never got that deep into it. But I know as in the degrees that I am in, when I went to jail one time, it helped me get out of jail. Okay. Because certain things that when you're a Mason, you can see a certain thing, somebody can say something or do something or present itself in a certain way. If you respond, they know that you're cool, and they'll look out for you. Simple as that. Just like when some cat, some guy throw up a sign. Hey man, he a B dog, or he a C dog, whatever the case may be. That's you automatically have a bonding. Okay, you may not be from the same lodge or from the same hood, but because he knows that sign, or he does what he does, or does that thing, or whatever the case may be, that lets you know there's a connection there. And if I can help you, I will. Simple as that.
It is. Isaiah has a good question. Isaiah Edwards, shout out. He says, Alonzo, which decade in your lifetime do you think was the best culturally, life, etc.?
Culturally, life, etc. Man, you know what? What you mean, as far as like my age, or just the years, or what?
Yeah, I think he would just say which decade in your lifetime do you think was the best? Let's just keep it at that.
Man, I love the 80s. The 80s was a motherfucker. The 80s for me was it was kind of my heyday, man, because everything was brand new. It hadn't got tainted yet. We was coming up as a group, in the early 80s. I was at Eve After Dark. I went to Doodles, went to Skateland, started making records the next year on tour. And this shit was moving. Bought a house, bought my second house, built a studio. It was like they shot past so fast, man. It was ridiculous, dude. And it just made for a hell of a good time. I'm rolling in my BMW. You can't tell me nothing. But I tell cats all the time, man, what brothers have to understand is, just because you win it in the first, second, and third quarter of life, don't mean you're gonna win the game. Okay, you got to when you pass 50 and then the fourth quarter, and you still standing and you still can do what you need to do. That's when you got action at winning. And that's the part I'm trying to stress to folks right these days. You can't just win in the first 2 quarters. Oh, man, I was balling in my teens, my 20s, but now I'm in rehab. I just got to, no. The 80s for me was a great time, and it gave me a foundation, not to relive it, just to relive the energy. And I was telling somebody the other day, right now, with all the stuff I have going on with the Chamber of Commerce, the documentaries, whatever, I feel the same kind of energy. It's like I know what I got going on, and I see it all coming together. It's only a matter of time before all this shit comes to a head, and shit gonna change. It's gonna benefit. It's gonna benefit in a different kind of way. I'm hoping that a couple of these documentaries take off. If they do, hopefully it'll lead to a movie, whatever the case may be. But I can see things. It's like 2022 has been a building year. A lot of foundational stuff. And next year is the 50th anniversary of hip hop. I got a lot of stuff planned for that, not only for myself but for other folks as well. And that's never been my thing. I've never been so focused on me that I can't look out for somebody else. So that's one thing I'm looking for, is to hopefully be able to establish some things for some other folks in hip hop who didn't get the same shine that I got, or even any shine at all. So that's what the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, Hip Hop Walk of Fame was all about, as well as a few other things I ain't gonna talk about just yet. But yeah, the 80s probably was the most fun. It was a lot of fun, the 80s, too.
Man, I would have loved to be a little bit older back then, because I heard it was an awesome decade. Who are some of the West Coast artists that you feel, you don't have to talk about the Hall of Fame, go in depth with that, but who are some West Coast artists that you feel don't get a lot of shine? I mean, we hear the Ice-T's, Ice Cube, Kid Frost, who are some unsung heroes of West Coast hip hop?
Toddy T, man. Toddy T, Mixmaster Spade, King T. I can name you a shitload of them, Doc. I mean, these guys, Toddy was one of the first guys out of Compton to have a big record. DJ Quick, yeah, my boy Isaiah says, yeah, DJ Quick is another cat that got a lot of love. He's well known, but he don't get the same love that that guys like Dre got, or Cube them got. Okay. Who else? Shit. You got a lot of guys behind the scenes that weren't artists per se that get a lot of love. Hey, what's up, Sean? How you doing there, shorty? A lot of people don't get Disco Daddy. There's a lot of folks that just don't get no shine, man, because it came in, and so many people did not follow through. It didn't have the wherewithal to keep going. And the game, and one thing about the music game, it never stopped changing. It never stopped evolving. Okay, it's constantly evolving. And if the music game today was in the 80s, half these cats would be a bunch of unknowns. They wouldn't know who the hell they are, because you had to go to a record store and buy the shit that you're gonna play on your stereo or in your headphones. This shit wouldn't make it, man. This shit wouldn't make it, though. It wouldn't make it, man. It would not make it. Okay.
I highly doubt if anybody's gonna walk to a Blockbuster Music and buy a Tekashi 6ix9ine record if this was 1986.
Right. I mean, you had to. We were under the tutelage of Michael Jackson, Prince, Rick James. Them niggas made you scared to make a record back then, man. You couldn't put out no bullshit with them cats around.
Yeah.
You could not put out no bullshit with them dudes around, man. They were the baddest of the baddest. Okay. And not to mention, you got on the back end, you got cats like Frankie Beverly and Mays and Luther Vandross, Tina Marie. Marvin Gaye still living. Come on, dude. You got all these cats around you. You just can't drop the hubba bubba bullshit. Okay? You can't do that. But nowadays, all the baddest of the bad are gone, or they've been preoccupied with some other form of legal situation. R. Kelly's a bad dude. In the studio, I wouldn't trust a nigga with my kids nowhere. Okay? He can't babysit shit. He can't babysit a puppy of mine. But I'm just saying, he was like the last one that could set the summer off. Okay, back in the day, back in the day in the 70s and 80s. And I know my girl Sean, she can relate to this because she was around back in the day. Around Labor Day, either Earth, Wind, and Fire or Isley Brothers or somebody's gonna drop some shit. It's gonna take you through the whole summer. Okay, that was like whoever dropped right around Labor Day and had the summer cut. You had the soundtrack for the whole summer, man, and that's what you rolled to. That's what you roll to. We ain't got that no more, man. We don't have that no more. Okay, we don't have that no more. You know, this shit nowadays is so disposable. It's hot on Monday, next Tuesday, nigga. That's just old. What's next? You don't know who made this shit because everybody look alike. You know, and it just and then you got two stages of entertainment. You got superstars and you got motherfuckers that make records. You got superstars, the Beyonces, the Lady Gagas, all the superstars, and you got other motherfuckers that make records. Okay. And middle of the road, folks, is old school now. I mean, we was trying to figure out. We're thinking about doing a Compton Jazz Festival. This is something that we have on our to-do list for the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. Okay. Well, who the fuck we gonna get? Okay. Who the fuck we gonna get? We got to go grab. We can't just grab. Can't grab most people from the hood. Kendrick is too big. Okay. Game gonna bring the wrong crowd. Quick probably gonna bring the wrong crowd. Okay. Now you can take him someplace else. It'll be hard to bring him to his hood. Okay, because
Quick be performing in Anaheim and shit like that. Quick is performing in Santa Ana.
Can't let him because Compton won't let you do it. Okay, so you got to come up with somebody. Now you got to go to the standards. You got to go to Howard Hewitt, Lakeside, somebody like that, or maybe going to the mid range with some Montel Jordan and some shit, something like that. These cats nowadays, the 90s R&B is so popular, they getting top dollar again. Okay, they getting top dollar again because all them cats they the shit again because they are a safe bet for a promoter. They're a safe bet. What I mean by safe bet is because Joe, Montel Jordan, and a bunch of other folks I can't think of offhand because the light is in my face. The bullshit factor is minimized.
Right.
The bullshit factor. You go to see Joe, nigga, you ain't bringing your strap. You bring your girl. Yeah, you gonna strap up with a condom. That's about it. Because after the show, it's going down in a good way. Okay. It's going down in a good way. So, and then every city has its own jazz festival. You got to book. We got to start booking acts now just to be able to get somebody, a decent headliner, to be able to book to do the show without competing with folks in Pomona or Gardena, whatever the case may be. So it is what it is, folks. Now, Charles got a good idea. I definitely would like. I would love to do a New Jack. That was my favorite shit. I don't give a damn.
Man,
okay?
Forget about a guy, all that, man. All the dancing and shit, Kid and Play, that whole era, man. House Party to this day. House Party puts a smile on my face every time it pops up on TV, man. That was my favorite time of my life, dude.
But look at House. Let me tell you something. Look at House Party. Look at all the color, all the love, the funniness, and right behind that came Boys in the Hood. Everything like the whole world was black and white. Understand. Look at House Party the movie versus Boys in the Hood. Okay, and this is how the streets change. Just that fast. From Boys in the Hood, from the House Party, House Party was Eve After Dark. Okay, we was balling, having a good time, everybody doing their thing, blah 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 blah. All of a sudden, the world went to turn into Boys in the Hood, and it wasn't no more fun. Okay, and I had one club that experienced both of those transitions in my reign as the general manager. But Eve After Dark was House Party. By the time I went back to Eve After Dark in the mid 80s and brought it back as Studio East, that motherfucker was Boys in the Hood. I couldn't even wear a suit to work though. I had to wear jeans and tennis shoes. That's no bullshit. No bullshit. When I first opened the Eve, me and Unknown would go shopping every week. Everybody came to the Eve, came clean. My girl Sean is on the feed right now. She lived right behind the corner. She was a regular down there, and she'll tell you we had a hell of a good time. It was a bomb ass spot. Okay, everybody was clean at the Eve. Girls got their hair done. That should be sweated out by the time you leave that motherfucker. But it was a good ass time. Okay, when I came back in the '90s, after I did some tours, it was during the crack era. Man, I could no longer wear hard sole shoes to work. I had to wear tennis shoes, jeans, and a sweatshirt because me and my guards spent the whole night patrolling the floor to keep folks from fighting. It changed over just that much. Okay, it was no longer. And I told the old man, I don't want to do this no more. It was no longer fun, dude. It was no longer fun. I felt like a prison guard. Used to be at the Eve, I could sit in my office and entertain most of the night. Walk around, have a good time, have people come through. Man, I couldn't talk to nobody but security guards when I got back to the Eve. The streets have changed just that much.
Great.
No, go ahead.
We could say gangster rap had a lot to do with that. Were there other elements just in the world, in the country, in the city, in the state that was going on that contributed to that? Because we can't really blame it all on music, can we?
Crack and gangs. I think crack increased gangs to a point where we always had gangs, but when they got money and they had to fight for territory, and when it came about money and territory, that's when it got real deadly. Okay. And then crack also caused a lot of disrespect in the community. A lot of disrespect because, I mean, in my neighborhood, when I first, me and my sister were talking about this not long ago, in my neighborhood on Carlton Avenue, everybody had a two-family household. There was a mama and daddy in every house on that block. The mamas would be out there running shit. Pops be cutting the line, talking, drinking and shit. They help each other out. It was a community, dude. And then shortly after that, some of the dudes started dying. People started moving out, and we got a different vibe for the community. And it became, and when crack came in there, shit that a 41-year-old mama, my 40-year-old mama would not do, somebody else's 41 mama would do. And a lot of people started, a lot of women, a lot of people, not just women, started doing shit for crack that made the youngsters disrespect the whole generation. Because if you got somebody's auntie or somebody's mama that you can get, sexual favors from a hit a crack, first of all, you're not gonna respect her because she's a crackhead and she did some shit. And then the son or the kids are gonna feel bad because their mama's getting tossed up by the homies, or the daddy's doing some breaking in cars, whatever the case may be. So you got a whole level of disrespect. So you got a generation coming up that never learn to respect the adults, because the adults, some of them, a lot of them, got on that shit and just became a pariah in the community. Meanwhile, I got to fight for myself. I got to take care of my sisters and brothers because my mom and them is out there doing this shit. It's all fucked up, man. It just fucked up everything, dude. Meanwhile, I'm getting shot at on a nightly basis.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude.
So
there
yeah,
it is. We got a few more minutes, man. What's coming up on this week with Dr. Dre, and what else is going on in Lonzo's world right now?
Man, I'm working on some shit. I'm trying to get some love for Eazy-E in City of Compton for the chamber right now. So that's what I'm working on right now. Don't want to go into no details. I just started this quest today. I had one plan that fell through. I'm working on plan B right now, and that's probably the biggest thing. Getting ready for the holidays in 2023, and shit, man, that's about it. Me and Dre, I talked to Dre earlier. His birthday was Monday. Happy belated birthday to you, Dre. He celebrated a birthday. Who was that?
R.I.P. Mills Lane and Kirstie Alley. Kirstie Alley, recognize her.
Oh, yeah, man.
Look Who's Talking, Cheers. She was one of my cougar crushes when I was a kid. I can't even lie.
Who you telling? That green-eyed
Kirstie Alley was fire.
Man, she was fired like a son of a gun. And Mills Lane, I love that dude because he was the most fairest cat when it came to boxing. He had a certain kind of integrity
That's
about
right.
him.
Oh shit! I just realized he was the referee.
He was the referee for all the big fights back in the
white
day,
dude. Oh man, that's
he was shit.
Yeah.
And then they put in Richard Steele, and that's when the shit jumped off. When Richard Steele came into the game, oh shit, we got a technical draw. What the fuck is that? Okay, he came over when Richard Steele was the referee. You can bet it was gonna be some bullshit. Fuck the fight. It's gonna bet on the bullshit because it's coming down. Okay. People getting counted out. Nigga, I'm still here right here. Why I can't get counted out? I can still fight. He fight in a minute. Okay. So yeah, it's crazy, folks. It's real crazy.
RIP to those, man. Tell everybody you love, man. Tell everybody you love that you love them, because I've been hearing RIP way too much for my liking lately. And I know the older you get.
Chat room, much love for y'all.
Yeah, shout out.
Spend time with us. The time is a precious commodity. You can't get back. If you spend an hour with me, to me, that's $1 million, baby. That's $1 million.
Facts, man. Thank you, Lonzo. Appreciate it. Always love hanging out with you. And shout out to the chat, like you said. And please, before you guys bounce, make sure you hit that like button. If this is your first time checking this out and you enjoyed what you heard, hit that subscribe button. And once more, please check out Dusty Vision TV. That's my channel, Dusty Vision TV on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Also, RIP to Mariah Carey, because Irene Cara, I had a crush on her too, boy. Oh man, one of my first ones. All right, folks, we out of here. Y'all see y'all next week, God willing.